Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
I'm
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
a
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
turtle.
NeuroNerd.
Turtle.
NeuroNerd. Wait,
Turtle.
turtle
I
nerd.
say neuro. You say turtle. Neuro.
Turtle?
Neuro. Turtle.
Turtle.
Yeah.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Hi, I'm Joe,
And I'm Lauren.
and we are
The
NeuroNerds.
Yes, that was on
I
time.
feel pretty good. I feel pretty good about that.
NeuroNerds.
All right. So what we're talking about is we're just talking. Honestly, we're talking about turtles. I don't know why. I don't know how, but we're talking about turtles. So I started off when Lauren got here. I had a bit of a weird night. I was like crazy over emotional. I'm reframing. I'm not gonna say wait, how did I say it? And then you yelled at me.
Oh,
My walls?
yeah,
my
your defenses
I
weren't
said
up.
my defenses weren't up. And it's not my defenses, it's just my boundaries. Like my
Yes.
mental boundaries weren't up. And I had a very like weird emotional night. So one of the my favorite people in the world of the Stromies, Sarah Stromie. Actually, all the Stromies are some of my favorite people, but Sarah in particular, like we just had like this amazing special bond. She has really cool hair. I don't have any hair. So I live vicariously through her amazing purple hair.
You live vicariously through a lot of people.
I
and
really
their hair.
do.
Like my hair.
Your hair's fabulous, by
It's
the way.
down to my hips.
It's
Like,
not just that it's down to your hips. It's so dense.
yeah,
It's
it is.
so thick. I don't understand how you could ever get your hair cut. I think it's so long because someone tried to cut it once and they messed up their scissors.
Aw, thank you.
Is that true? I'm assuming that's
No,
true.
I was traumatized.
Wait, were you really?
My mom, because she used to brush my hair out and it was so tangled that she told me like if I kept, and I would scream like a drama queen, of course, right? I was 7. And so she told me, she's like, if you scream one more time when I'm doing your hair for school, I'm going to cut it off. So what did I do?
Gasp.
Right? Don't tell me what to do. I screamed one more time. So my mom picked me up from school that afternoon and took me to get my hair cut off. And I swear I had hair like a like that Chinese boy bull haircut.
Oh, get out of
She
here.
chopped all the hair off from my hips all the way to my ears.
You know what? I appreciate your mom for following through with the threat.
Yeah. So yes, my hair got all chopped off. So ever since then, like I was like, I'm never gonna cut my hair. And of course, I was 19 and I cut my hair again to my shoulders and bangs. I don't do bangs very well. But I have not cut significant length off my hair since I was 19.
I haven't either, but a significant chunk of my hair has disappeared because I'm bald now.
It's because
Yay.
you're old.
I'm not old. Age is a number. I may be older than you.
I was gonna say you're older.
I may be older than you, but I am very immature. So
okay. I'll give you that.
there's the balance.
So it's like when people say act your age, not your IQ, you know?
Oh my god. Wait, which one?
I know which is higher.
Which one's higher? I'm not really sure. So I had a really, really weird night. So my walls were down. Not my walls, not my defenses, just my boundaries were down. I had like this really emotional thing. So Sarah Stromie posted this thing where she said, if you ever see somebody who has a stroke like you, not like you, but if you ever see somebody who has a stroke who's either better off or worse off, like how does it make you feel? Does it like make you feel weird? Does it make you feel awesome that like you did so well? Does it make you feel terrible? It broke me yesterday for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah. What did that hit?
I have no idea, but it made me think of everything.
Yeah, because again, like when we are going through, and this goes for anyone, it's not just in recovery and it's not just brain injuries, but in particular, it's people going through recovery. I hate to overuse the word trigger,
Right.
but there's going to be little things that get ignited, that get triggered by something innocuous as like a question or as even a concept. So that means it hits something, whether it's an insecurity, a fear, something repressed.
I think it was a trifecta. I think it hit everything.
You're like, it was the answer was D, all of the above.
So I go to therapy. Oh, by the way, this is like, I don't know, turning like a little serious. We are the NeuroNerds. So somehow when it gets too serious, Lauren's going to bring up something about turtles.
Yay, turtles.
We got to bounce it out with the nerd somehow. So like the neuro part is.
So the neuro part today is going to be Joe and the nerd part's going to be Lauren, as usual.
You know what? That's kind of how it normally is. So it kind of hit everything, you know. I was like super bummed out. So I have this thing where I present well.
You say.
Yeah. Well, no. So I'm pretty positive.
No, it in person.
Yes.
When you meet people, you are very positive, jovial, outgoing.
I like the word jovial because my name's in it.
I know, right?
And I'm very arrogant.
You know, it actually comes. Okay, never mind. We're not going to go. Let's not go. I'm not going to go that nerdy yet. There's still time, y'all. But when you do present very well. You know, if someone meets you right away, they're not going to say, "Oh, he obviously has a brain injury." Same with me. People meet me. It's not like
I think people said that more before my stroke. Obviously, this guy's had a brain injury.
But yes, you're right. On first impressions, your first meeting, very superficial meetings, you know, like not deep, like let's get down and gritty.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. You show well.
I try to be as superficial as possible. I mean, I do live in California. So, I mean.
Southern California. You live in the valley, dude.
I do live in the valley. I'm that dude. So what's crazy is, see, I use the word crazy all the time. My therapist yells at me.
Yes. Choose a different word.
So what's not sane.
Or what's interesting.
Oh, that's a good one.
Odd.
What's interesting? I'm odd. I know that. What's interesting is I've been fighting this with my therapist for a while. We're about to hear a weird noise.
Should I put it to
You should.
This is like Joe's epiphany.
This is. Oh, I just had an epiphany. I should have grabbed a La Croix. So I present well. My therapist has been telling me like I present well. We've been trying to figure out why.
You're not a show pony though. I would just every time I think of it, it's like the Westminster Dog Kennel or like a show pony. I'm like, but you're not a pony.
I'm not
We're turtles.
because I'm not very well trained. Again,
no,
at all.
He's not housebroken, y'all.
I'm not. There's puppy pads all over the place. People think it's for my dog. It's not. So it's a combination. I realized last night it's a combination of vanity. And I know it sounds weird because I'm the least vain person in the world.
I'm sorry, what?
I probably think the song is about me. So it's definitely some vanity in there. And also, I never really want to inconvenience anyone else. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be like, oh, man, I'm having a weird day. And it's like, oh, now I put this on other people. That's not okay. I never, ever really want to do that. So even last night, I knew I reached out to Sarah Stromy. And I was like, hey, so, and I DM'd her because I knew she was asleep and she wouldn't get it.
Oh, so you were sliding into her DMs?
I absolutely slid into her DMs for my own, mental safety, I guess, because I didn't want to bother her, but I needed to kind of get it out. So like I left her this like long thing and then she read it in the morning and she yelled at me, which is awesome.
Good job, Sarah. I haven't met you, but good job. Everyone thinks I'm mean for yelling at Joe for things. And it's like, people, because you present well, they're like, Lauren's mean sometimes to Joe. Those of us that know, no. Good job, Sarah.
I'll say this.
And I think Rianne yells at you too.
She does.
Good job, Rianne. We're still voting for the pink hair. But
absolutely, that pink hair. Again, I live vicariously through people's hair. I'm living vicariously through her hair. It's awesome. It's even more awesome-er when it's pink. So it's always weird for me because any stroke survivor I meet, anybody with a brain injury that I meet, I always it hits me. It hits me in that
you empathize.
I do. It hits me in the feels. You know that thing where normal people, they have feelings. So I start to feel those things because I'm not a sociopath, and it really affects me because like I want them to be doing great, and then it makes me feel so happy and blessed that I'm doing so great. But then I have that weird thing where it's like, well, why am I doing so well? You know, and then we had a whole episode on imposter syndrome where I'm like, well, am I really doing this well? Like, am I just a fake? Am I just like putting up this front for all these people and they think like I'm like this advocate for strokes and brain health and all this stuff. I had a little bit of a moment last night.
Guys, remember when we talked about recovery is not a straight line. All right. So Joe is living proof, right?
Absolutely.
And so am I. I think it's not as extreme, but we all go through that where it's like, oh, we're doing good. We're doing good. Uh-oh. Instead of left or right, like the next stage is purple. Like it just doesn't make sense. One of my favorite quotes is like when you try to control your body, your brain, your weight gain, your weight loss, anything that you literally cannot control, the universe, the weather, Cthulhu, whatever. It's literally A plus B equals octopus / Cthulhu beast. Like, I mean, like eldritch lords don't listen to like common sense or to math, right? You can't logic your way into feeling things or not feeling things or into recovery.
Oh man, it's literally. So I use this word crazy all the time. I get yelled at. It's batshit crazy though, like the way it makes you feel. I'm not batshit crazy, which I kind of am, but like not in that way. Like it's a lot. None of it really makes sense.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like sometimes, like
literally A plus B
does
equals
equal,
octopus.
It for me equals turtle.
Turtle. Every time you say turtle, I'm going to turtle it out. You guys can't see unless you're on Patreon.
But she's doing a turtleneck too.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty good.
It comes from dance and photo shoots. But if anyone's seen America's Next Top Model, yep.
I got to tell you, I don't think it comes from that. I think you're just sassy by nature.
Duh. I'm like in like a great mood today, guys.
You did. You had like a 24-hour dance marathon, which was awesome.
Oh my God, I'm so tired. That's probably why I'm in like a great mood. I'm on that second wind because I've had like 4 hours of sleep and I just finished teaching.
Oh, you're delirious.
Yeah, and I'm on coffee and I have glitter in places right now I couldn't get off.
And you cut your foot. And,
yeah, I sliced my foot open, sliced my hand open.
And you showed me
a shoe.
A video of you dancing that made me blush.
Because you're a baby.
I am. I had a brain injury, Lauren.
Let's move on. Back to your epiphanies.
Right. So I had like that weird feeling, and I was like in a really, really weird place. And then Sarah yelled at me. She's like, "Call me," and I'm like, "I can't. You're a married woman you're a married mom, and you live in Omaha. I'm not gonna call you like 4 o'clock in the morning your time."
You listen when a lady tells you to call her.
I fear her too. I do. I feel all the women in my life. So I just had to kind of like get it out, and then like I processed it the best that I could. Did a like quick little meditation, kind of focusing on, but then it like my mind just started going crazy. I started thinking about everything. I even thought about you, where I was like, oh man, because I started thinking because you had an acquired brain, like you had a traumatic brain injury.
Yes,
you had a fucking concussion, man.
Yeah,
like through
like it was almost a brain bleed.
Through none of your faults. Like
yes.
You did nothing. You were just going about your day, and some dick decided to ruin a big chunk of your life. So,
I just remembered I had a crown in my car for some reason.
Why did you have a crown in your car?
I think it was October, so I think I was getting a Halloween call. Oh, I had an audition for a show I ended up not getting. I am now remembering things.
How awesome is that? That's awesome. That just made me feel better.
I didn't get a show.
Are you sure you weren't auditioning to be the Burger Queen?
No, I was a vampire queen. Oh man.
Wait, do vampire queens wear crowns?
I would.
Really?
Yeah, I just remembered that.
You know what I would wear? I would wear a crown.
I was robbed.
I would wear a crown of thorns and blood of my enemies.
So who's the Queen of Thorns from Game of Thrones?
Wait, who is the queen? Wait, I don't know.
Olenna Tyrell.
That, of course, you know that. That's again. How? Like, not even why. Not why. Because I tried this. I stopped asking that question about you a while ago. How? Like, how does it all stick? I'm fascinated with your brain. So yeah, I started thinking about like you, because for me, like I'll in recovering early on, I remember there was this dude and he was like super positive and like he could barely walk, and I'm like, you're amazing, you know, like you're also in your 60s, but like you're awesome, and like I have nothing to complain about. I feel like super blessed. And then I just started thinking about like how awesome I'm feeling, like or how awesome I'm doing mentally. Again, basket case, but like physically, I feel like super blessed. And I started thinking about you, and I'm like, you know, it could have been so much worse. You had this really bad concussion, and you forgot words, and it like gave you anxiety and like, which is really, really messed up. And then I started thinking of other people who was like, they now need help eating. They now can't function. They now can't remember things from day to day. Like it like really affected me, where I was like, I'm so thankful that you're doing as well as you're doing and remembering weird things like the Queen of Thorns and Game of Thrones.
Yeah, and the fact that I had a crown in my car. I don't even know what happened to it. It was like a plastic crown. But now you say you think about all this and you start to get overwhelmed and you get affected by thinking about all these people.
Yes.
But at the same time, are you ignoring your recovery
Absolutely.
and your progress? Yes.
Without question.
I swear, Joe calls me his therapist as an insult sometimes when he's like, God damn it, Lauren. You guys don't know. We'll have to record some of this when we're off air, like our conversations. Sometimes he just looks at me and he's like, I already went to therapy this week, Lauren.
Well, that's why I appreciate you. And it's always great to bounce something off of you, because like you actually understand like what a now I'm not gonna say broken. Beat up brain?
A recovering brain.
A recovering brain. You know what a recovering brain feels like. You know, you understand like the thoughts that go through your head.
The irrational.
The irrational fears, the anxiety that makes no sense,
The
the stories
doubt.
we make up in our head.
Yes, those stories are the worst. How many of
God.
us sit there and we create all these own negative narratives that we then apply to our lives and allow ourselves to live by
Right.
and dictate the rules of our life on something that is completely and utterly false.
Yes.
Right? How damaging is that, especially for us that are recovering with brains that already need extra help.
Yes.
And then we don't do ourselves any favors.
At
right?
all.
Because God forbid that we be nice to ourselves.
You know what's really funny? So like I always say I'm a helper by nature, and I always
Yes.
wanted to help people, and I'm still that way. So I never want to inconvenience anyone, right? So Sarah, her and I get along so well because she's kind of the exact same way.
Before you get there, did you call the lady?
No.
Oh my God.
But this just happened last night, and then like this morning I woke up like I felt better after like she yelled at me and I read it and I was like, thank you, I appreciate you. And then I also said in all likelihood I'm not going to call you if like something like that happens again, but the fact that like there's a window open there, like I know if I absolutely need it, I'll absolutely use it. So
this is an example, guys, of why the community is so important.
Yeah.
Because again, Sarah doesn't live in California.
No,
she
she's
is
in Omaha.
ahead of us, right? There were people. Rihanna's in
the Netherlands.
I was about to say Norway. Netherlands. There's people in Australia. Like, if
Oh yeah,
you
my homie Noreen.
right? So again, if you connect with these folks, you never know. Someone on the page, one of your people on IG, they're gonna be up and they're gonna say, "Call me now, bitch." Now. So next time, Sarah, thank you. Next time Sarah tells you to call her, you call the lady.
Oh my gosh.
You don't ignore a lady
What-
when she says, "Call me."
I am so afraid.
I'm like, Sarah, I don't think I've actually formally met you, but
So
Good looking out.
we put these barrier things in a little the neuro nook where we
Oh my
record
God,
here.
do I look evil?
You
Like,
kind of look evil. So like I'll take a picture and I'll post it. So you literally look like the Queen of Thorns. I'm so intimidated right now.
in my
Why?
sweatpants.
You're so little. You're like a pocket-sized person, and I
Aw.
fear you. Like genuinely, I joke.
I know.
Lauren, obviously I joke. In all seriousness, you scare the shit out of me. I'm genuinely afraid most of the time. I'm like, all right, so with dogs,
Yeah.
I've always had this thing. With dogs, if you got a big dog,
Mhm.
if that dog goes crazy, are you gonna be able to stop it? So I always have that in my head.
Okay.
If Stella goes crazy, my 85-pound dog, she would never, because she's the sweetest dog in the world.
She's also not the brightest.
She's she knows what she's doing. She's beautiful. She's smart. So like I'm pretty sure I could just like hold her down and I could like take my dog if need be. But if she was a mastiff or if she was one of your dogs, that's something else. I think about that with you. I'm like, all right. So if Lauren literally just kind of goes crazy and like maybe you got some CTE from these, if she decides to like just start kicking ass, I don't know if I could take you. That's in the back of my head. And again,
I take that as such a compliment.
these are
Thank you.
these are all irrational fears.
Yeah.
But that might be the most rational fear ever. If you really think about it.
I think someone mentioned in a comment, like they were now scared to admit they were Team Edward, because to me,
Oh,
Yeah.
whoever said that, you are so smart. You that's up there with like not walking down dark alleys while waving $100 bills at midnight in a bad neighborhood. That's a smart thing to do. Not telling Lauren that you're on Team Edward, that might be even smarter for your safety.
I'll be honest, when I read Twilight, I was Team Edward at first because he was a vampire.
Gasp and awe.
But then now I'm just like, Twilight. Anyways, back to what we were talking. Thank you guys for like always being so patient with our little side stories. I swear there's a method to the madness.
There
It's
is.
just when Joe kind of takes us down side streets, I just have to figure out how to get us back.
Yeah, and then she like loops back and it's like, oh yeah, we're in the front of the building again.
Yeah, I'm like, relevance.
So,
Anyways, continue. You
so-
had your, you reached out, which was great. Remember, if you're having these thoughts, you're having these feelings, that's what your community is there for.
absolutely. So I don't do it enough, and I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to be better. I literally, I tell everybody out there, I tell them on I'll reach out. I'm still reaching out to a new person every single day.
That's great.
I'm trying to get like as many brain buddies as possible and put other brain buddies in contact with other brain buddies, which is great. My go-to are the Stromies.
Mhm.
It's like, hey, there's these 3 amazing women. You want to talk to them? Like, we're all like building this like beautiful community, one survivor at a time. But I don't do it myself as often. But I have my go-tos.
Good.
Like locally, you're my go-to, obviously.
Whoop, whoop.
at night when like my mind decides to wander, because that's just
Yeah,
what
if
it does.
he texts me, I won't wake up.
No. And you shouldn't, because sleep is good for healing the brain.
Yes.
But thank goodness I do have Rianne in the Netherlands that I could hit up at like 3:00 in the morning because her
Yes.
day's just starting.
Exactly.
I have Noreen in Australia. Like I have all these people all over the world that I could just contact and be like, hey, so this is what I'm going through. And Noreen actually helped me out a lot. She sent me like this really nice message, and I was like, oh, you're my friend. And Rianne, man, I'd be lost without this woman. Like she's been such a help to me, and she's become like, not my brain buddy. She's like my brain family. I don't know. There's got to be some kind of alliteration we can make.
Yeah, we'll find out.
We'll figure that out.
It's kind of like, if you're on Patreon with the different levels of the,
right.
the hierarchy.
Like
right?
Neuro Jedi.
Yeah, but there'll be like one for like, and that's what you should be striving to do, is building that community and building those connections. Because again, a lot of us with the damages in our brain, we have damaged or broken connections there that won't heal. Yeah. So we're building new connections in our brain constantly. And so think about like that as a microcosm for building the connections externally with your friends, your family, and your support system. So if you're kind of struggling on, well, why should I meet people? Why should I build community? Why should I open myself up and have empathy for others if they're not going to have empathy for me? Is because you never know. You might build that new neural pathway. You might build that new connection with someone that you can impact or who can impact your life.
Absolutely. Look, we survivors, we have to stick together. Nobody understands what we're going through like us. There's people who can sympathize for sure.
They can relate. They can offer support. But there's something unique about being able to be like, hey, you have a damaged brain. I have a damaged brain. Let's be damaged together and heal.
Hey, let's hang out and talk about how anxious everything makes us. Let's talk about how difficult it is to schedule things because you forget.
Oh my God. That's the other thing I still have is I can't handle like multitasking. I used to be queen of that, which isn't good to begin with.
It's not.
I was like queen of multitasking.
Oh my God. I was queen of multitasking too.
I know. Back to queens, right? But like now, like it's really hard. Like I have my weeks scheduled, and then like I've gotten better at it recently, but it used to really bug me when like stuff got canceled. Now, I'll be honest, I'm one of those people where on a
Friday, you're a control freak.
Well, duh, I'm a recovering control freak. I had to go to therapy to admit that a few years ago. Okay. I thought I was the most loosey-goosey, go with the flow person. I was like, I'm totally not a control freak. I had to go to therapy, y'all. Like it took me 3 months in therapy to admit I was a control freak. It was it was very good for me, but it was very traumatic for me to admit that, guys. And then my therapist made me quote unquote confess to my parents that I was a control freak.
Oh man.
That was my homework.
Oh wow. You just went through Catholic school.
Yeah. And like I sat my parents down and I was like, Mom, Dad, I have to tell you guys something. And I said, I'm kind of scared. And, but I have to tell you, this is like my homework from my therapist. So my parents are looking at me. I've never had this type of conversation with my parents. So my parents look at me. The first thing my dad looks at me, he goes, did you kill someone? And I was like, no.
Why is that your go-to? Do you want to know why? Because your dad's a smart man.
Yes. That was literally the first thing my dad asked was, did you kill someone? I was like, no, of course not. So my mom's like, are you pregnant? Are you moving out? I was like, no. I was like, let me talk.
Why are all of these things your go-to?
Right? I was like, let me talk. And I'm like, Mom, Dad, I'm a control freak. And I swear it was just like the movies. They leaned forward and they go, yeah.
Like,
I felt so betrayed.
What's the news?
Like the whole world had been lying to me my entire life.
No, just you.
No. And literally my mom's like, I gave birth to you. You've been like this since day one.
Yeah. You came out of me and you said, doctor, cut this here.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, excuse you, sir. I would like a little off the top, right? Like,
don't take too much of the umbilical cord.
Yeah. So yes, of course. That was me in therapy and I think back and I'm like, wow. Like again, in the grand scheme of things, I'm like, that's not a big deal. Like, right. Okay. Or like, why did I have to go to therapy? Because it was traumatic for me.
No, absolutely. Everybody has their thing, no matter what it is. Like we can joke, we can make fun of it, but it was probably one of the most impactful things in your life, at least at that time. Which
helped me. Again, I was a control freak, right? So I've gotten better now. Like if my schedule gets disrupted, like today, like I had someone cancel on me because they were sick because I have a class.
Tell them to toughen up.
I know, but I'm also like, I don't need to get sick. But so before that would kind of give me into a tizzy and I'd be like, oh my God, okay, well, now I have this extra time. I don't have enough time to go home before I have to go to my next thing. Like, what am I going to do? Am I going to sit in a coffee shop? Am I going to sit in my car?
Oh
like,
my God. I am
right?
so anxious right now.
But like, it's better now. Now I'm like, it's all right.
Mhm.
We'll be fine. Like, I can get to my next place early. I can sit and chill.
Right.
There's a coffee shop nearby. I can start early on something. I can read on my phone. Like now it's gotten a little bit better where instead of immediately going to, oh my God, what I have too much time.
Right.
Now it's like, it's all right. Like that's been more recent in the last few months.
That's
I
great,
think
though.
as I'm relaxing a little.
How are you feeling about that though?
It sometimes I don't recognize that it's happening. And I think that happens a lot in recovery. Is we don't recognize when we're getting better.
Mhm.
Like you recognize when you're getting worse, right?
Right.
You're like, oh no, I'm agoraphobic today. Like I can't go outside. But we don't always again, this is when we're talking about recovery and we got to like celebrate our own victories.
We do.
We don't necessarily recognize when like, hey, my anxiety is like not at a 15 today. I'm at a 13.5. Woo!
Time to break out the champagne glasses.
Literally, right? But so I think it's good, right? I don't really, it's not good or bad. It's more like yay,
right?
Instead of anything else. But it feels less stressful.
That's good. That's all I want. I just don't want any stress. I don't process
you're
it very
alive.
well.
I was like, you're alive.
Yeah,
you're gonna
no,
that's the state of being.
It's it is, isn't it? It's a weird world we live in.
Literally, you're born dying.
Oh my God. That's it, guys.
Yeah.
Everything's over.
Everything's
Don't bother. Don't try. Life is a
Sorry.
joke. Oh my God.
From day one, right? Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go back to my coffee.
That's it. It's time to wrap it up, guys. We're all dying. It's over. It's over.
Anyone want a dose of nihilism today?
That is hilarious. Oh my gosh.
I'm Pickle Rick.
So I'm Pickle.
Guys, we are like spazzy today. I am so sorry.
We are. I only had one cup of coffee. Oh, you know why I was super anxious? I just realized it.
Why? Beyond the fact that you had that last night.
The apnea thing.
Oh, yeah.
So I've been super amped up and exhausted because I haven't really slept right. I don't know. It's just been a lot. Every meal I've eaten has been pain. Everything I drink has been pain. They give me these weird pain medicines and I have like a really high tolerance. So then I feel like I'm a little bit stoned, but I'm still in pain. Oh, it sucks. So the last couple of nights.
So you're like a live wire and then you're not sleeping.
Oh my gosh.
And then here go your boundaries shrinking. And then you're emotional because you're exhausted and in pain. And then here comes people that can relate to you. And you're like, oh
my emotions feel comfortable around you. And I just had to let them out. That's what I think that's what it is. So like, I feel better now.
You're like overstimulated.
I'm old. Yeah.
Yeah. Like more so than usual.
Yeah. No. Okay. So I wake up, I say this all the time. I wake up at a 5, overwhelmed. Like I wake up almost halfway to completely overwhelmed. That's just my normal. That's my baseline, and it's just that it gives me anxiety, but not like too crazy. I've been crazy anxious the last couple of weeks since I had that apnea procedure, but it's gone away.
But are you doing better?
I am. I think I am. I've been sleeping the last 3 or 4 nights when I haven't had a lot of pain. I've been sleeping so hard, I'll go to sleep like on my side and I'll wake up in the exact same position.
That's actually really great.
Right?
Like you're sleeping, you're not breathing. That's amazing.
I'm not almost suffocating. It's just awesome. It was weird. I showed my mom. I was like, hey, look at my throat. And she was like, oh, there's nothing there, which is weird. But yeah, so like I've eased up and I think it's just the culmination of the last like 2 weeks.
You got to come down. Like you've had that adrenaline high for so long. It's that drop now.
I've been like super anxious and amped up. So now I think I'm just like, I'm
withdrawals.
I'm like having withdrawals and I'm like mentally drained where I'm like, oh my God. And I just kind of lose it. It's crazy. It's so crazy. It's not crazy. It's so weird. It's so weird. I'm looking for a better word. than crazy.
We're focusing on diction choice for Joe.
Yes.
Because we talked about this, words have power.
They do.
Right? Especially for us with brain injuries. It's like, it's really, we're manifesting our words and our thoughts because that's really important.
Right. We're speaking this into existence and I don't want to go crazy.
So we can say it's, I don't know. I forgot what we were talking about.
Happy? It's happy. No, it's not happy.
No, it wasn't happy. See, okay, sorry guys. We have brain injuries.
We do.
We can't remember things. Moving on. So how do you feel then? Connecting back to what we were talking about. Wow.
Turtle.
That's our new squirrel. So you were saying like you meet people who also have brain injuries, who have strokes, and they're in different parts of their recovery and progress. And then you start doing the comparison game, which is like the thief of happiness.
The worst.
Right? So did you have an epiphany about it? Where are you at it today? Because this was yesterday.
This was last night. This was a few short hours ago.
Yeah, this was less than 12 hours ago.
So I'm better. Like I understand that it was irrational. You know, like the way I reacted, I understand it was way too big of a reaction to something that it shouldn't have been. I shouldn't have, which means.
But what did it trigger? What did it hit?
It just
what
hit.
insecurity did it hit?
It could have been me. Like that could have been me. Like the fact that I'm actually here talking to you, standing, walking, talking, remembering all this stuff. Easily,
is it survivor's guilt?
It's such survivor's guilt. You know, like, and again, it goes into.
Because you feel bad that you're at a different stage than the people you're meeting.
Yeah, because all these people are amazing. Like they're
but their
such
amazingness
amazing people.
does not diminish yours.
Yeah, see, that's weird. It's weird for me.
Guys, he just gave me this look like, what did you say?
Yeah, it's so weird
like,
to me.
He's not taking, like, I'm looking directly. He's not accepting this. He's not taking it in.
It's like a compliment. So like I come off sometimes as very arrogant. I'm not. Do I come off as arrogant? Okay, so look, I got. But no, I'm reasonably humble. And it's just weird because like I want everybody to be good and in a good place. And then like when they're not, it's just like, well, why am I in a good place? Like why am I doing so physically well?
Because you're comparing yourself to other people and you're letting that rob you of your own happiness.
Yeah, it's such a bad habit.
Yeah, like when you meet
is there a nicotine patch for like that?
I think this is what most people would deal with. I mean, if you look at it, because I mean, I would do it too. Like I would be like, oh my God, why am I so traumatized or why am I so affected? I got nothing physically wrong with me, right? Other than, my twitches and I can't breathe. No, just kidding. But that's where it's like, where we always tell people like, if you shine bright, right? And someone else doesn't, you don't diminish your own light so they can shine. It's like, you can't do that. You have to shine bright. You can't let someone else diminish yours. Yeah. And if you have a low light, you do not bring someone else down. I'm sorry. I don't care what you have. You never tear someone else down, man or woman, dog, child, like whatever. You do not tear someone else down to build yourself up.
Right,
because honestly, no one's building.
No,
everything's staying the fucking same. You're just tearing someone else down at your own benefit. That is selfish and cruel. So
that is presidential like.
But for you, like, just because you're doing amazing, you're doing better, you're doing, and I'm using quotation marks on quotations with all this. You're at a better healing state, or you're more in whatever, does not diminish them, and their state does not diminish you.
Oh, that's perfect.
Right?
See, this is why I mess with you. This is why we get along.
This is why he deals with me.
No, it's actually it's so true. Like I almost sometimes, because I feel like I'm kind of killing it, but then I see other people who aren't doing so well, and like close friends and family, and I'm like, I miss them. I kind of have to. No, I can't go backwards. That's the thing. Like I can't go backwards. I have to keep on moving forward, and they have to catch up to me.
What did we say about that?
I know.
What did we say about that?
I remember I had a brain injury.
No, that's a fucking excuse. No. So this is one of my pet peeves, is after a while, Joe just uses that as an excuse.
Hey, I'll shamelessly pull the stroke card.
Yeah, but you can't pull it on someone who has a brain injury.
Yeah, that's true. Damn it.
Everyone, if he tries to pull that shit with you, please call him out on that.
Why can't it just be universal?
Do you want it to be?
No.
Everyone has to call you out on it?
No.
Guys, next time he says, I have a stroke, just be like, oh, really? Move on. No, just kidding.
Almost everybody I talk to has had a stroke or a brain injury.
I was like, everyone should just look at him and blink.
Yeah, and just say, and? No, it'd be like your parents. In the intervention, it'd be like, I'm a control freak. And? It's like, yeah, I had a stroke. And? Man, I know how you feel. I've been betrayed. I've been betrayed by you, by all of you.
Yeah.
That's it.
But what I'm saying is, Joe says this all the time. We talked about like all this pressure that you can put on yourself by the words you use, because you're going to create that reality, because you're like, I have to always be moving forward. Yeah. So when you quote unquote fall off or step back, how traumatizing is that?
Look at me.
I know. So again, I'm going to call bullshit now. every time you pull this, I'm going to call bullshit.
I appreciate that.
That's my job.
I appreciate that you
I am tough love, y'all.
You don't give me any slack. And
No.
I also do appreciate that you haven't punched me in the face in like 8 minutes.
Oh my God. Are we back to that?
Always. I can't pull the stroke card. I can pull the abuse card. Right?
But one is real and one is false.
That's a good point. It's a good point. Turtle. No, you're absolutely right. It's so difficult. It's difficult to like rewire how you just naturally function.
And that's literally what we're doing.
Yeah. We're speaking all of this into existence.
Exactly.
You know, and I've been like super positive for the most part.
You're allowed to not be positive all the time.
Yeah. It's hard. Last night I wasn't. Last night I was really not, you know.
And how bad did you feel that you weren't Mr. Positive?
Oh, I felt horrible. Like
right?
I felt like a fraud. I felt like
go back and listen to the imposter syndrome
I
episode,
felt like
guys.
An imposter. So, you know, like people were like here and hanging out and like I literally went to, well, obviously I kind of wanted to go to my room. Do you want to know why?
Why?
Because I wanted to play Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God, so much fun. It's so much fun. I haven't even like really done any of the stuff in the game. I'm just like wandering around the Serengeti or wherever the hell I am. So I wanted to do that.
I'm like, cool story, bro.
I did do that, but I actually just went to the room because like I was kind of losing it a little bit, you know, and I don't want to be like that in front of everybody. Felice sees this all the time. She doesn't need to see it when she's like hanging out and trying to relax. So I remember I went in the bathroom and I'll be as open as I possibly can right now. I cried like a little girl. Like I try not to, you know, I try not to get like overwhelmed like that, but I did. And I just kind of lost it. Also because Sarah's my friend. Like she's become like a really good friend of mine. And just thinking about like how she gets affected, and then thinking about her stroke, and then thinking about your concussion, and then
it all just kind of snowballed.
I just spiraled terribly, you know, and I try to bring myself out of it. And I did that by shooting bears in the face in the wilderness by playing Red Dead Redemption 2.
And that's all right.
It's just a game. It's just a game.
But I do want to point out, guys, crying for men and women is cathartic. Okay. Don't you feel better after you cry?
I do.
Yes.
I do. But it was a positive cry for the most part. It's the negative cries where it's just like you kind of want to be stuck in that.
But why does it gotta be negative or positive?
Sometimes they are. No, do you want to know why? Because pre-stroke, I suffered a lot from like depression, you know, and I would have like just these times where I'm just like everything is overwhelming and then like I would cry, but I would almost feel comfortable in that feeling. Like that was the norm to me, and that was like, okay, yeah, this is what I'm used to. I don't want that anymore. So like, but last night it was a positive thing. Like it was just like, I just need to get this out.
So why are you saying you got to cry like a little girl?
I don't know. Because I'm a big, strong man. Hey, I can do that. Right? Come on. I was raised by women. I got to be a man.
Okay. That's also an excuse. Stop it.
It's like my brain buddy Bridget. Hey, 3 B's. It's like Bed Bath & Beyond. Brain buddy Bridget. She always has this thing because she's like Mrs. Fix-It around the house. She's legendary for that, by the way. You should absolutely check out her Insta stories. Bridget Chiovari, I think. See, that's why my voice goes up because I don't remember.
Yep.
But she's hilarious. She's known around the house from like Sleep and everybody. She's known as the dishwasher chick because she like changed the filter in the dishwasher. It was amazing. She needs her own show. I would watch it 24 hours a day. And she has this saying she always says, I'm a strong, independent woman. She is. I'm a big, strong man. So if she could be a strong, independent woman, I could be a big, strong man.
Okay.
You know, and if she could be like, I could do all this all on my own, I could be like, I don't want to cry because I'm a big, strong man. Please don't hit me. I just got the weirdest look. I don't know how to feel about that.
You know what? I'm not going to touch this anymore because that's a lot.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is like, guys, feeling overwhelmed is natural. And if you think about it, a natural way to release all that stress and pressure and emotions is to literally release something with tears. That's what our body does. And if you are a woman, you actually have extra hormones in your eyes, like in the tear ducts, which make us cry more. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yes. And did you know that there's the tear chemistry of tears of sadness versus tears of pain versus when you yawn, they all have different chemistry and different makeup.
I had no, really?
Yeah.
Oh my
so
gosh.
like, that's like when you're crying tears of sadness or upset, they're more watery.
Is there anything that you're not nerdy about?
Maybe singing.
Oh yeah, yeah. You haven't really gotten too deep into like I'm sure it's coming though.
No, because I don't sing.
Yeah, I'm sure it's coming. I'm sure you know something about a vocal cord.
Okay, I do know
or a
something.
Song.
I do know something about that,
And like
but
some weird character that created the thing with the stuff.
I'm chock full of random knowledge on a lot of things.
Oh yeah, you'd be an amazing lifeline.
Oh my God, yeah. Feel free to call me, y'all.
Yeah, so
If
like
you're ever on Millionaire.
on Millionaire, I know so much about nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The most random things that like make no like I don't know. You know so much about things. Again, together, two broken brains,
Right?
one
Combined.
amazing brain. Hey, we got to figure out how to like make our brains work together. Maybe we could be like
With our powers combined.
right? We could be
Yes.
like Captain Planet, but with like a brain.
Oh my God.
I don't know. That
We're
sounds
gonna be
really weird.
Megamind.
Oh, I didn't like Megamind. Not a big fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Will Ferrell. I'm not a big fan of Megamind. But for the most part, I'm feeling pretty good.
Okay.
I feel better. I cried like a little girl. Yeah, I said it.
So what did you take out of that experience? I know you're still processing.
Still processing. Processing doesn't really come quick to me. It normally takes me like 2-3 sessions with my therapist.
Yeah.
After I joke about heroin and all the stupid stuff. Once I like break down to it. But I think I took away that like I still have a lot of work to do, and I'm doing really, really well.
What would you recommend from that kind of experience and where you're at now and looking back on everything to our fellow neuro nerds and brain buddies out there and anyone listening when they start to do that or they start comparing to other people?
Well, what I suggest is don't do it, but I know that's going to fall on deaf ears. Not it's going to fall on deaf ears. It's just so difficult because it's just kind of like how we're wired sometimes. My suggestion is talk to your community, talk to us, reach out to Lauren, reach out to me, reach out to
me if you want tough love.
Yes, for real. Lauren's amazing. She's been she's been just such an amazing part of my recovery, and I wouldn't be here doing as well as I am without her. I really, really mean that. Reach out to your fellow stroke survivor, brain injury survivor. Talk to one another, like the best I've ever felt is talking to you guys. The most normal, I'm doing the quote fingers.
Yes,
fingers. Most normal I ever felt after recovery was when I first met Lauren. Like that was it. That was like, oh my God, there is a light at the end of this insane tunnel. Like there are others,
Yes.
It's kind of like it's like Waterworld. There is dry land. I've seen it, like there are others that understand what you're going through. You just kind of have to find them. And what's amazing, see, look, super uber positive Joe, he's back. The time that we live in is amazing for this. Back in the day, there was no internet. Like if you went through this, you literally had to do it alone.
Unless you're a millennial.
or
you don't know that with the time before the internet.
Right. If you're a centennial, you have no idea what I'm talking about.
I know. They're like, what's that?
Little punk ass kids. No, why am I alienating people?
I was like, wow, okay. No, keep listening. Keep listening. But no, yeah, that's a really good point is we live, even though we sometimes feel like we're overconnected, we're over available, phones are going to start growing into our hands, like from the, God forbid you don't have your phone for the day. But it's very true. The positives that come from our overconnectedness and our globalized societies is that we can reach out to people instantly that we didn't have the opportunity
24
before.
hours a day, we can reach out to someone around the world.
Mm-hmm.
We have all this information at our fingertips. We have people to talk to, people to chat with.
Maybe soon the galaxy.
Yeah, it's coming soon.
Yeah.
I don't know, why did this turn into a trailer? Coming soon.
To a theater near you.
NeuroNerds in space.
Pew, pew, pew,
So
pew.
for absolutely, like, talk to one another. My advice is just like find your community, talk to your community, be friends. People with brain injuries, some of the nicest people in the world. Maybe they were dicks before, but like after the brain injury, maybe they forgot about how much of a dick that they really were. Right?
Yeah.
Like it shifts you, like, and you're
your priorities, you reprioritize
without question, and you're so appreciative of everything, every breath that you take. Oh, I'm just gonna start singing Sting. No, I'm not. That's way too expensive of a song. So like it gives you an appreciation for life, for love, the pursuit of happiness, everything. It makes you I'm not gonna say it makes you a better person. It just makes you a more appreciative person.
Yes, I agree.
It's made me a much more appreciative person. I appreciate everything.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate all you guys. And we're winding down this amazing therapeutic episode for myself. And Lauren right now is gonna hit us with some turtle knowledge.
Oh, I totally forgot about that. Okay. So
I didn't, because that part of my brain still worked.
So if you know mythology, I can't remember which myth. Oh, I think it's both. It's real and it's also used in like literary fandom. So the Great Turtle. Okay,
Mhm.
so there is a theory. There's a mythology. There's a legend that the entire world and or galaxy is on the back of a giant turtle.
Why a turtle?
I don't know.
Like what about like Men in Black?
What do you mean?
Why the galaxy could be in a sack of marbles in an alien's
It's
marble
not
sack.
saying the universe of the galaxy. It's like the planet.
So we're kind of like Kronos. Is the turtle like Kronos? Like
What
he
do you mean?
carries like the whole thing on his back?
That's not Kronos,
Is
sweetheart.
that Kronos?
That's Atlas.
Atlas. No,
Yeah.
Atlas is holding up the world. Kronos has the whole thing growing out of his back, doesn't he? I could have sworn that was Kronos. Kronos also ate his baby. Like I know this through God of War.
Oh, well, you do understand that not all the mythology is correct in God of War, correct?
It's really close.
No, it's
With the exception of Kratos. But it should be because I love him.
okay.
When I was
I'm like, okay, that's interesting.
but why? I'm like, it's weird that it's a turtle. I guess I get it though because it has like a shell.
Yeah, well, it's the world turtle. It's also known as the cosmic turtle.
Cosmic turtle. That's what I
Yes.
know it from, and I know that from. Oh my gosh, what do I know that from? Rick and Morty. South Park.
Maybe one of
Yeah,
those.
I think it might have been like Rick and Morty or South Park. One of those.
So I did a quick search of Google because I couldn't remember off the top of my head where it was found. So it's some in Hindu mythology where the world turtle is. And then the other is Chinese mythology, and then also North American mythology, the Native Americans
Mhm.
was the idea of the great turtle.
That's so weird
But-
that it's a turtle.
Yeah, but then on top of that, there's also been used. Stephen King
Mhm.
uses it in his Elder Gods, like in the whole like the cosmic beings
Mhm.
from it, like one's the turtle.
Oh, really?
I think in H.P. Lovecraft, there's the same idea, but like there's some people, just how there's like flat earthers out there. There's
Mhm.
some people who believe in the world turtle,
Oh man,
and it's kind of like swimming through the universe.
that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, like I dig it.
I would totally just swim through the universe.
How awesome would that be?
It would be, but I don't do drugs, so I don't really know how that is. But no, that's awesome. What I know about turtles is that there are teenage mutant ninja ones out there,
Yes.
right?
Also, it's a federal offense to touch a turtle,
Wait, stop.
like a giant turtle.
Oh,
in
like one of the
Hawaii.
big, like the Madagascar ones?
No, in Hawaii.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. So, like, if you ever go snorkeling in Hawaii, guys, one, if you see turtles, one, don't touch them. It's federal crime. Two, sharks like to eat turtles. So if there's a bunch of turtles,
There's probably gonna be a shark.
there might be a shark.
You want to know what I'm gonna do?
What?
I'm gonna touch a turtle. Do you want to know why? Because I'm a rebel.
No, because the oils on your fingers will destroy their shells and they can die.
Seriously?
Yeah, that's why you can't touch them.
You know what I'm
can
gonna
kill
do?
A turtle.
I'm gonna wear a latex glove.
No.
No? Why
If
can't I do a
any of
latex
you,
glove?
because I will report you to the police so they
Oh,
can
man.
arrest you.
So what you're
If
saying
any
is,
of you touch a turtle, I will come find you.
would you ever eat turtle soup?
No.
Why not?
No.
Oh, turtles are better than chickens?
Yes.
They're better than beef?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. I love turtles.
Hmm. But chickens are cute. No, chickens aren't cute.
Chicks are cute.
No, cows are adorable.
Wait, where are we going with this?
I don't know.
Anyways,
I was just thinking how adorable my food is.
Wow. Okay.
And, I'm gonna be a vegetarian now. Damn it.
And on that
Oh, so-
bombshell,
On that note, we would like to give a giant shout out to our sponsor Avid for being as amazing as they are and sponsoring our show
and giving us awesome coffee tumblers, by the way.
Oh, seriously, like how cool are they?
I know.
I don't use for coffee. I use mine for water.
Oh, I use mine for coffee.
Oh, I use my nerd mugs for that. My Deadpool mug that
Hey,
some
see,
amazing chick
I know.
gave me.
But you're not driving 3 hours a day
Oh yeah, you
to
would
go to work. So that's why I have to have coffee in there.
there it is. Thanks to all our patrons on Patreon for helping support our show. We really appreciate it.
Make sure to log in so you guys can see some of the extra special behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah,
footage
I
from
gotta
this
tell you,
episode.
it is extra special.
I know you guys get to see Lauren do the turtle.
Oh yeah. And Lauren, this is super amped, Lauren, today.
Yeah, like I'm actually like.
Yeah, see,
Hi.
I'm fidgety over here because I'm waiting for like a kick or a punch or something.
God. All right. I'm finishing this before it does turn into a bloodbath.
the running gag continues.
Dear God. All right,
So
guys.
we thank you guys. We love you. As always, the NeuroNerds, we are here to help. Reach out to us. Reach out to me, Joso Roxette everywhere.
You can reach out to me at Lauren L. Manzano.
Boom! Reach out to the NeuroNerds at the NeuroNerds everywhere.
And join the USO Rocks page, guys.
Join the USO Rock page on Facebook. /USO Rock?
Yes.
Yes, boom! I remember that. Joe knows
And
things.
I remembered it too. Thank God. All right, guys.
And on that note, NeuroNerds out.